Our story begins with a mysterious figure hacking away at goblins under the cold, unfeeling gaze of the moon. Goblins are falling left and right, but there's more to this battle than meets the eye. This isn't just some random warrior. This is the world of Berserk of Gluttony, where our protagonist, Fate, is about to discover that his so-called useless skill might be his ticket to untold power. Fate is stuck working as a lowly guard at the Valoric house, where he's treated like dirt by the holy knights. These knights, especially Hato and Memel, seem to take sadistic pleasure in tormenting him, stomping on his hands, mocking his very existence, and all while Fate just takes it. Why? Because Fate's cursed with the gluttony skill, a power that seems to do nothing but make him perpetually hungry. Yup. In a world full of powerful knights and mages, our boy Fate got stuck with the short end of the stick. Or so it seems. Enter Lady Roxy, a beacon of kindness in this cruel world. She steps in when things get rough, showing Fate that not everyone with power is a heartless jerk. But even her kindness can't fill the gnawing emptiness inside him, both literally and figuratively. What Fate doesn't know yet is that his gluttony skill is about to change everything. Fate's life takes a sharp turn when he encounters a bandit. Instead of running, Fate stands his ground, maybe for the first time ever, and kills the bandit. And that's when it happens. The voice of his gluttony skill finally speaks up. It's not just a curse, it's a power, and by devouring the soul of his enemy, he gains their abilities. In this case, appraisal and mind reading. Suddenly, Fate is no longer a helpless guard, he's something far more dangerous. With his newfound power, Fate heads out to buy a sword, and that's when he meets Greed. Not just any sword, this one talks. Greed is no ordinary weapon, it's a sentient blade that recognizes the power within Fate. It convinces him that together, they can unlock even greater potential, but at a cost. To maintain his strength, Fate must continue to feed his gluttony skill, devouring souls to stay alive and grow stronger. Fate's first real test comes when he's attacked by a horde of goblins. With Greed in hand, he slaughters them, one by one, his gluttony skill activating with every kill. Boosting his stats, but leaving him forever at level 1. A cruel twist that keeps him hungry for more. But Fate isn't just fighting to survive, he's fighting to prove to himself that he's not the useless weakling everyone thinks he is. In one of the darker turns of the story, Fate stumbles upon a man dragging a little girl into a warehouse. The man intends to sell her to the Holy Knights as a slave. Enraged, Fate takes action. He rescues the girl, and in the process, he discovers the true extent of his power. The more he kills, the stronger he gets, but at what cost? The line between hero and monster is starting to blur for our boy. After a series of brutal fights, Fate returns to Lady Roxy, who invites him to work at the House of Heart. But even here, Fate can't escape his hunger. The sword, Greed, reminds him that his gluttony skill is a double-edged sword. He must feed it, or it will consume him from the inside out. As Fate adjusts to his new life, he's haunted by the knowledge that his power comes with a terrible price. One that could cost him his humanity. Now going by the name Corpse, standing like a total badass amidst a sea of goblin corpses. Imagine the stench, goblin guts everywhere, and our boy just standing there cool as ice. Some warriors stumble upon the scene, and let's be honest, they're terrified. They bolt faster than you can say. Guts' favorite snack is demons. Cut to the Hart household, where Lady Roxy, ever the caring holy knight, has a secret mission for Fate. She introduces him to her mother at the family's vineyard. Now, Roxy's mom, sharp as a tack, casually probes Fate about his feelings for Roxy. Fate, trying to play it cool, admits he cares for her. Roxy, being Roxy, gets all flustered and retreats to her room, probably blushing harder than a tsundere in a romance anime. Fate spends the day helping out with the grape harvest. Nothing like a little manual labor to build character, right? The vineyard's workers talk about the dangers of the harvest season, specifically, the kobold monsters that love to crash the party. Roxy, of course, is the resident kobold exterminator, always ready to slice and dice. Later that evening, Fate bumps into a mysterious girl with red eyes who, for some reason, he can't appraise. That's new. Turns out, she's Gallia, and she's got a bone to pick with the kobolds, but she's more than happy to leave them for Fate to handle. Gotta love how she just tosses problems his way like it's no big deal. The next morning, the vineyard is in shambles, kobolds everywhere. Roxy, Fate, and a group of warriors track these pests back to their lair, where they face off against a kobold leader with a level of 50. That's no joke in this world. Roxy gets ready for battle, but Fate, being the hungry beast he is, can't wait and takes matters into his own hands later that night. Fate unleashes Greed's bow form and starts picking off kobolds like they're apples in a barrel. But the kobold leader is no pushover. This guy catches arrows like he's playing fetch. After some strategic maneuvering, Fate pretends to be down for the count, only to strike when the kobold lets its guard down. Classic anime move, right there. But wait, there's more. Greed, ever the salesman, offers Fate a new power in exchange for 10% of his stats. Fate, never one to turn down a power-up, agrees. Greed transforms into a weapon of mass destruction, and Fate obliterates the kobold leader, leaving behind a crater big enough to hide your anime figure collection. The effort knocks Fate out cold. Dude's earned his rest. The next morning, Roxy and the crew arrive to witness the aftermath. Roxy's mom is relieved the monsters are gone, but is also worried about the destruction. She suspects Gallia's involvement, but before she can dig deeper, she asks Fate to stick by Roxy's side. And with that, we're left wondering just how deep this rabbit hole goes. Jumping straight into the showdown between Fate and Hato. Hato's warriors, bless their souls, don't stand a chance. Fate wipes the floor with them, sending the survivors running home to mommy. That leaves Hato to face Fate one-on-one, and let's just say he's not ready for what's coming. In a desperate attempt to save his skin, Hato unleashes a holy sword attack. Fate, with his newfound power, dodges it like he's in a Shonen Jump manga. He consults Greed, who's always got a trick up his sleeve, and then proceeds to slice through Hato's sword like it's made of paper. Fate isn't done yet, oh no. He slams Hato into trees, breaking every bone in his body, before delivering the final blow that leaves Hato's life meter at 0. Hato, now a mess of blood and regret, begs for mercy. He offers to cancel the Gallian expedition, but Fate, fueled by justice or maybe just a really bad day, drives a sword through his chest. And just like that, Hato's reign of terror comes to a brutal end. With Hato out of the picture, Roxy prepares for her expedition to Gallia. She reassures everyone that she'll be back in 3 years, which in anime time means a whole lot of episodes. Meanwhile, Fate decides it's time to leave the House of Heart. He receives his severance pay and a heartfelt goodbye from Haru. Seriously, where's the tissue box? Fate, now free to pursue his own path, sets out to grow stronger. Raine, the resident scholar, investigates the strange wounds left by Corpse and the Black Sword's magic arrows. She's intrigued, and you know that's going to lead to some serious plot development down the line. And that's just the beginning, folks. Fate's journey in Berserk of Gluttony is a wild ride full of twists, darkness, and unexpected power-ups. If you're into anime with a dark edge, this one is definitely worth the watch. Don't forget to hit that like button, share this video with your fellow anime lovers, and if you haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Help us reach that 2,000 subscriber milestone. And before you go, I want to know, what do you think of Fate's gluttony skill? Is it a gift or a curse? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and let's get the conversation going. Until next time, stay hungry for more anime.